What if I told you that your entire life could begin to shift in just 7 days, simply by changing what you do in the first 20 minutes of your morning? This isn't motivation or hype. It's a practice used by some of the most successful and spiritually aligned people in the world, including Lewis Howes, to reprogram their minds, boost their energy, and attract powerful results. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, step by step. In this video, you'll discover a transformative 7-day morning routine that combines ancient spiritual wisdom with modern personal growth techniques. You'll learn how to align your thoughts, energy, and emotions each morning so that the rest of your day flows with clarity, intention, and even miracles. You won't just hear theories. You'll get a complete blueprint you can follow starting tomorrow morning. By the end of this video, you'll understand why so many people say this is the single most powerful shift they've ever made in their lives. Have you been waking up feeling lost, tired, or unmotivated, like you're stuck in the same patterns and nothing ever really changes? Do you feel like no matter how much you try to stay positive, life keeps pulling you back into stress, fear, or self-doubt? Or maybe you're doing all the right things, but still not seeing the breakthroughs you've been hoping for? If any of that sounds like you, this video might be the turning point you didn't know you were waiting for. Watching this until the end could help you unlock mental clarity, emotional stability, and a deeper connection to your intuition. You'll learn how to activate your subconscious mind while it's most receptive, right after you wake up, so you can start attracting the experiences, people, and opportunities that align with your true desires. It's not magic. It's a repeatable process grounded in energy, psychology, and aligned action. The results might shock you. So don't skip ahead. Don't multitask. This next hour could be one of the most important investments you've made in yourself all year. Stick with me, because in a few minutes, I'm going to guide you through the exact steps. And if you commit to this for just 1 week, you'll look back wondering how you ever started your day any other way. Have you ever woken up feeling like you're stuck in an endless cycle? Like you're chasing life, not knowing where you're going? By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this daily practice can reprogram your mind, raise your frequency, and start attracting what you desire much more easily. The first 20 minutes after you wake up hold a kind of magic that most people ignore. During this window, your brain transitions from theta and alpha brainwave states, frequencies deeply connected to intuition, creativity, and subconscious programming. This is when your mind is the most impressionable, which means what you think, say, feel, and do during this time sets the tone for your entire day. It's not just spiritual theory. This is backed by neuroscience. Your subconscious, which governs over 90% of your behavior, is like soft clay during these moments, ready to be shaped. But instead of using this sacred space with intention, most people flood their minds with stress, social media, and fear-based thinking the moment they wake up. When you wake up and immediately check your phone, emails, or news, your nervous system is instantly pushed into a reactive, survival-based state. Cortisol spikes, your body tightens, and your energy contracts. You begin your day in defense mode, and this energy carries through every interaction, decision, and thought. Compare that to waking up with presence, calm, and clarity. Breathing deeply, expressing gratitude, and visualizing what you want to create. These small shifts can radically rewire your emotional and energetic baseline, and over time, they reshape your reality. That's why the most successful and spiritually grounded individuals on the planet guard their mornings with discipline and intention. Lewis Howes often speaks about the power of conscious routines. His morning habits are not random. They're rituals designed to activate his highest self. From journaling and breathwork to affirmations and movement, his mornings are structured to elevate his vibration before the world has a chance to lower it. And that's the key, taking control before the chaos begins. If you don't deliberately direct your energy, the world will do it for you. You have to remember, energy flows where attention goes. So when you choose to align yourself with clarity, love, and purpose immediately after waking, you become a magnet for experiences that reflect that frequency. This video is about giving you a simple but powerful 7-day framework to apply this exact principle. You don't need hours of free time or spiritual mastery. You just need intention and consistency. The first 20 minutes of your day don't need to be complex, but they do need to be conscious. In the upcoming sections, we'll walk you through exactly what to do each morning, so you can begin training your mind and energy field to create the life you truly want. Whether you're dealing with anxiety, lack of direction, financial struggles, or emotional pain, this is where the shift begins. You start by mastering the micro moments that shape your vibration. So before we go deeper, I want you to reflect on one question. How have you been starting your mornings up until now? Are you waking up with purpose, or just waking up? Are you reacting to life, or creating it? These aren't small questions. They define the quality of your day, your week, your future. And the truth is, your future doesn't start someday far away. It starts in the next 20 minutes. Let's make them count. In the next part, you'll learn the exact 7-day process that changed everything for Lewis, and could do the same for you. And here's the truth most people never realize. Your mornings are either programming you for power or for passivity. There's no neutral. If you spend those first moments scrolling, complaining, or rushing, you're essentially handing over your day to unconscious momentum. But if you start with clarity, breath, and intentional thought, you activate a version of yourself that most people never access. Imagine how your life would change if, for just 7 days, you began your mornings with presence instead of pressure. Imagine how your mood, your relationships, and even your financial flow could shift when your vibration rises before anything external interferes. That's the opportunity this video gives you. An internal reset that doesn't take hours, just conscious minutes. And here's a promise. If you commit to watching this video all the way to the end, and more importantly, if you apply what you learn, you'll experience a noticeable transformation. You'll begin to wake up differently, feel differently, and even attract differently. You'll understand why the mornings are not just a routine. They are a portal to the version of you that already lives in alignment, abundance, and peace. So don't just passively listen. Engage. Absorb. Let this be the moment where you draw a line in the sand and say, I'm done starting my day in survival mode. Stay with me, because in the next section, you'll get the full 7-day plan that has helped thousands elevate their mornings. And it might be exactly what you've been searching for. The 7-day morning routine revealed. Now let's get practical. If the first 20 minutes of your day are truly this powerful, the question becomes, what exactly should I do? That's where the 7-day morning routine comes in. A structured, soul-centered practice designed to realign your energy, sharpen your mind, and shift your emotional baseline. This isn't about complexity or perfection. It's about consistency and intention. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through what to do each morning, step by step, so that by the end of the week, you'll feel clearer, lighter, and more connected to who you truly are. And the beauty is, you only need 15 to 20 minutes a day to make it work. Day 1. Gratitude activation. Start by writing down 3 things you're deeply grateful for. Don't just list them, feel them. Gratitude shifts your brain from lack to abundance, from fear to presence. It's one of the fastest ways to recalibrate your frequency and tell the universe, I'm already blessed, and I'm ready for more. Close your eyes for a minute and let the feeling of gratitude expand in your chest. Breathe it in. That's your baseline for the day. Simple, but powerful. Day 2. Intention setting. Once you've anchored yourself in gratitude, it's time to set an intention. What energy do you want to embody today? Peace, confidence, creativity? Write it down. Speak it out loud. Let your body feel it as if it's already true. This small act programs your subconscious to begin filtering your thoughts, decisions, and even outer experiences through that lens. When you're intentional, you're no longer reactive. You move through life with purpose, not by accident. Day 3, breathwork plus grounding. On the third day, you'll introduce breathwork. Just 3 to 5 minutes of slow, conscious breathing. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Feel your body relax. This simple technique activates your parasympathetic nervous system, reduces anxiety, and grounds your energy. Do this with your bare feet touching the ground if possible, whether inside or outdoors. This reconnects your bioelectrical field with the Earth's natural frequency, stabilizing your energy and calming your mind. Day 4. Scripting the future you. Now we go deeper. Take 10 minutes to write in your journal as if your dream life has already happened. Use present tense. I am so happy now that I'm waking up in full alignment, surrounded by love and abundance. This is called scripting, and it's a powerful manifestation technique used by many, including Lewis Howes himself. It tricks your subconscious into believing the new reality is already yours, aligning your actions and expectations accordingly. Day 5. Mirror affirmations. Stand in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and speak affirmations aloud. Not just positive fluff, truths that shake your core. I am worthy. I am powerful. I am becoming more of my true self every day. Say them slowly. Say them boldly. Feel the resistance, and say them anyway. This practice helps dissolve limiting beliefs and rewire your internal dialogue. You're teaching your inner critic to finally step aside and let your higher self take the lead. Day 6. Visualization meditation. Sit in silence and visualize your ideal day, how you want to feel, what you want to experience, who you want to be. Use all your senses. Smell the coffee, feel the warmth of the sun, hear the laughter, sense the ease. Let the scene play out in your mind like a movie. Visualization activates the same neural pathways as real experiences. It's not fantasy, it's mental rehearsal. And your brain will begin to close the gap between where you are and where you're going. Day 7. Integration and reflection. On the final day, bring all practices together. A moment of gratitude, a clear intention, a few rounds of breath work, and a short visualization. Then write a reflection. How do I feel compared to 7 days ago? This process reinforces your growth and builds emotional momentum. It allows you to acknowledge the subtle but powerful shifts that have already begun. And more importantly, it shows you what's possible if you choose to continue this practice long-term. This 7-day routine is not meant to be a one-time fix. It's a reset button. A portal back to your power. If you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or disconnected from your purpose, this is your way back. And I promise you, if you follow this for just 1 week, with presence and openness, you'll not only start feeling better, you'll start living better. The next chapter of your life doesn't start with big external changes. It starts with small internal choices, made each morning, before the world wakes up. This 7-day practice isn't about doing more, it's about becoming more. Each day is a layer. Gratitude opens your heart, intention gives you direction, breath work grounds your energy, scripting reprograms your mind, affirmations rebuild your self-image, visualization activates your belief system, and reflection seals the growth. When combined, these tools create a powerful energetic container that elevates your entire being. You're no longer just surviving your mornings. You're using them to align with the version of you that already lives the life you desire. These aren't random hacks. They're ancient principles, modernized for a world that desperately needs reconnection. So whether you've been feeling stuck, uninspired, anxious, or simply ready for something more, this 7-day process is your invitation to rise. To take back your mornings. To meet yourself fully, before the world tries to tell you who to be. You're not here just to repeat yesterday. You're here to evolve, expand, and embody your highest self. And it all begins with the way you start your day. Stay with me, because in the next section, I'm going to share what actually happened when this routine was followed consistently. The changes were subtle at first. But what unfolded next was beyond anything I expected. The first thing I noticed after a few days of committing to this morning routine wasn't some dramatic external breakthrough. It was something internal, quiet, but undeniable. I felt calmer, more anchored. The mental noise that usually filled my mornings started to fade, and I began to experience silence as something powerful, not empty. My thoughts weren't racing. My heart wasn't heavy. It was as if I had found a reset button hidden deep inside my nervous system, and I had finally pressed it. For the first time in a long time, I wasn't starting my day chasing something. I was present, right where I was. Then, something interesting began to happen. I started noticing small synchronicities, chance meetings, timely messages, sudden clarity. It felt like the universe was responding differently to me, as if it had been waiting for me to match its frequency before opening new doors. My mood improved. My conversations became more meaningful. Even difficult situations seemed less overwhelming, as if my energy field had expanded and could now hold more peace and perspective. These weren't coincidences. They were the result of alignment. Energy doesn't lie. The truth is, transformation often begins in whispers. Subtle changes compound. One aligned morning leads to a more focused afternoon. One grounded breath leads to a more conscious decision. Before you realize it, your baseline energy begins to shift, and so does your reality. You stop reacting to life, and instead, you begin responding with clarity and intention. That's the energetic domino effect. And it all starts with one simple commitment: to begin your day from the inside out, not the outside in. One of the most surprising changes I experienced was how others started to respond to me. Without trying to be more likable or magnetic, I noticed people leaning in, trusting me more, engaging differently. That's because energy is contagious. When your internal state is elevated, people can feel it, whether they understand it consciously or not. This isn't manipulation, it's resonance. You begin to attract experiences, people, and opportunities that match your newfound frequency. It's like tuning a radio. Suddenly you're picking up stations that were always there, but you were just on the wrong wavelength. And this domino effect didn't stop at emotions and interactions. It began touching the material aspects of my life too. Work opportunities flowed more effortlessly. I made decisions with less second-guessing. Financial clarity emerged. Not because I was hustling harder, but because I was showing up differently. With more alignment, more certainty, more inner calm. That shift in how I began each day was enough to change how I showed up in every part of my life, and that's what moved the needle. The outer world rearranged itself to match the new inner world I was creating every morning. These results might sound simple, but they're profound. In a society obsessed with productivity hacks and external validation, we forget that how we start our day determines the energy we bring into everything we touch. You don't need to change your entire life overnight. You just need to change how you meet your morning. That's where momentum begins. And once you experience that shift, even for a few days, going back to your old routine will feel like abandoning your potential. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just watch this video and move on. Try the routine. Do it fully, for just 7 days. Let the domino effect begin in your life. And stay with me, because in the next section, we'll explore why these results happen. Not just how they look on the outside, but the deep energetic mechanisms that make this work so powerful. If you've ever wondered how miracles become normal, the answer is coming next. The secret behind daily miracles: the frequency of feeling. Have you ever noticed how things seem to flow effortlessly when you're in a good mood, and how everything feels like a struggle when you're not? That's not random. That's frequency. Everything in the universe vibrates at a certain frequency, and your emotions are one of the clearest indicators of where you're vibrating. Joy, love, gratitude, they resonate high. Fear, doubt, anger, they resonate low. And here's the secret. You attract into your life not what you want, but what you feel. Your dominant emotional state is a broadcast signal to the universe, and it always returns to you what you're energetically aligned with. This is why the 7-day morning routine is so powerful. It's not just about habits, it's about vibration. When you practice gratitude, visualization, or affirmations, you're not just checking spiritual boxes. You're shifting your emotional set point, and the universe responds to that shift with precision. When you begin your day from a high-frequency place, you're literally stepping into a different reality. One where opportunities flow, solutions appear, and miracles feel normal. This isn't new age fluff. It's resonance. It's quantum. It's alignment. There's a reason elite performers, spiritual leaders, and high-vibrational individuals all emphasize the importance of feeling. Because thought alone doesn't create, feeling does. A thought without emotional charge is static. But when infused with feeling, it becomes magnetic. That's when manifestation begins. You could spend hours visualizing your dream life, but if you're emotionally stuck in fear or lack, you'll continue to attract more of the same. But when you feel as if your dream is already real, even for a few minutes, you collapse the distance between now and then. You become a vibrational match to your desired reality. This is where heart and mind must work together. The HeartMath Institute has shown through decades of research that the heart emits a magnetic field thousands of times more powerful than the brain. When your thoughts, brain, and emotions, heart, are in coherence, you enter a state of physiological harmony. That coherence radiates outward, influencing not only your body's health but also the energetic field around you. This is why people sense peace around certain individuals. They're in alignment. And your morning routine becomes a daily opportunity to create that heart-brain harmony before the chaos of the world interferes. When you learn to tune into the frequency of your desired future and feel it as real now, you activate one of the most advanced spiritual technologies available: the frequency of feeling. You're no longer begging the universe for a breakthrough. You're embodying the reality where that breakthrough is already true. This shift is subtle but radical. Instead of trying to manifest, you begin to receive effortlessly because you've aligned yourself with the outcome energetically, not just mentally. And the universe always reflects your frequency back to you. Daily miracles aren't just lucky breaks. They're energetic confirmations that you're aligned. That's why journaling, breathwork, and scripting feel so powerful. They help you feel ahead of the evidence. And when you master the feeling, the evidence always follows. This is the essence of conscious creation. Choosing your frequency every morning before the world chooses it for you. It's not always easy, but it is always worth it. Especially when you begin to experience the quiet, beautiful surprises that come your way without effort or control. So stay with me, because in the next section, we'll go even deeper. Now that you understand the science and spirituality behind why these practices work, we're going to explore how this 7-day routine begins to rebuild your identity from the inside out. This is where transformation gets personal. This is where the old self begins to fall away, and your true self finally takes the lead. The biggest shift happens when you stop asking, "What do I need to do to get what I want?" and start asking, "How can I feel now the way I'll feel when I have it?" This is the missing piece in so many people's manifestation journey. Action matters, but aligned emotion is what magnetizes results. If you start each day generating the feeling of peace, confidence, abundance, or joy, your external world will begin to mirror those states. Not because you're forcing outcomes, but because you're embodying the energy that naturally attracts them. You become the cause, not the effect. And that's when real magic begins to unfold, quietly, consistently, and powerfully. So here's the challenge, and the promise. If you can commit to feeling your way into alignment every single morning for just 1 week, you'll begin to see the world differently. You'll respond to challenges with more grace. You'll notice opportunities that were always there but hidden behind stress and doubt. You'll feel more grounded, more in flow, and more like the person you know you were meant to be. Because that version of you, the aligned, empowered, magnetic you, was never missing. It was just buried beneath low-frequency habits. Stay with me, because in the next section, we'll begin uncovering that version of you, one layer at a time. Building a new you in 7 days. Inner transformation. Transformation doesn't begin with the outer world. It begins with identity. Who you believe you are determines how you think, feel, and act. Most people live their lives recycling the same version of themselves day after day, unconsciously repeating emotional patterns that were never truly theirs to begin with. But when you start showing up each morning with intention, presence, and emotional clarity, something incredible happens. The old self begins to lose its grip. You stop operating from survival and start expressing from alignment. And in that space, a new version of you begins to emerge. One that feels more authentic, more powerful, and more free. This 7-day process isn't just about improving your mornings. It's about interrupting the identity loop that's been keeping you stuck. Every time you choose gratitude instead of complaining, you signal to your subconscious, "This is who I am now." Every breathwork session calms the body and creates space for new thoughts. Every script you write, every affirmation you repeat, every visualization you feel, it's all rewiring your self-concept. You're not just practicing new habits. You're embodying a new internal blueprint. A version of you who doesn't just cope with life, but creates it consciously. Change doesn't come from effort alone. It comes from alignment. And when your inner world begins to shift, your outer life naturally follows. Suddenly, decisions feel clearer. Doubts feel weaker. You stop waiting for permission to be the person you were always meant to be. You begin trusting your intuition more. You stop chasing success and start attracting it. This is the quiet revolution that starts in the early hours, when no one else is watching, and yet everything is changing. This is how a new identity is built, one day at a time, one morning at a time. You wake up, you choose a new thought, a new feeling, a new vibration. You repeat that choice until it becomes familiar, then automatic. Eventually, what once felt like effort becomes your new baseline. Confidence becomes your natural posture. Calm becomes your normal state. Vision becomes your compass. And suddenly, the life you've been trying to manifest is no longer something you're reaching for, it's something you're living. But here's the key. The transformation is internal first. Don't expect instant fireworks in your outer world. Instead, expect subtle but undeniable shifts in how you see yourself. Your inner dialogue changes. Your energy stabilizes. Your reactions soften. And the more you reinforce this new identity with your morning practice, the more permanent it becomes. This is how people break cycles. Not through force, but through a daily decision to no longer be who they used to be. The person you're becoming isn't someone far away. It's someone who has been waiting underneath the layers of fear, habits, and conditioning. The morning is your sacred time to reconnect with that version of you. To choose again. To release who you were told to be and step into who you truly are. The results may start subtle, but over time, they compound into something undeniable. That's why people say, "I don't even recognize my old self anymore." Because when you live from the inside out, the outside eventually catches up. So as we move to the final part of this video, I invite you to ask yourself, what would it look like if I truly committed to this new version of me? Not just for a few days, but as a lifestyle. Because everything you desire already exists in the frequency of who you're becoming. You don't need to chase it, you need to align with it. And that alignment begins tomorrow morning. In the final section, I'll guide you through how to lock in this new identity, and how to carry this momentum with you far beyond the 7 days. You've just learned something most people go their whole lives without realizing. The way you start your day is the way you shape your life. We explored how the first 20 minutes of your morning set your frequency. We broke down a 7-day ritual that reprograms your energy and mindset. You saw how consistent practice creates a ripple effect across your emotions, relationships, and results. And you discovered that the true miracle isn't out there. It's the version of you that rises when you align with who you really are. Now I want to ask you something, and I invite you to answer in the comments below. Which part of this morning practice spoke to you the most? Was it gratitude, breath work, scripting your future self? Or maybe it was the reminder that you already have the power to shift your frequency each day. Share it with the community, because when we speak our truth, we anchor it even deeper. And you might inspire someone else to begin their transformation too. If this video moved you, don't let it be a one-time feeling. Subscribe to this channel, turn on the notifications, and commit to this path of inner awakening and conscious creation. This is just the beginning. Every week, we share content designed to raise your vibration, connect you to your higher self, and help you build a life that feels aligned, free, and purposeful. And if you're ready to go even deeper, I highly recommend you watch our previous video, How TO Connect with Your Higher Self and Receive Clear Answers, the Guide TO Transform Your Life. It's the perfect companion to everything we explored here. Because once you start aligning your mornings, the next step is learning how to receive intuitive guidance from your higher self, clearly, consistently, and powerfully. Remember, your life doesn't change by chance. It changes by conscious choice, repeated daily. And that choice begins tomorrow morning. Choose to rise. Choose to align. Choose to become the version of you that's already waiting. I'll see you in the next video.